Welcome back, Riviera fans. I'm Regdrin, and sitting next to me is my brother R-Typer again.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and here we are at E1M9.
The military base. You go.
Okay, I'm a little surprised that the numbering went exactly like that.
Yeah, well, couldn't help it, I guess. It's a perfect number when you have 8 normal sections. Every chapter in Riviera has a secret section, and I assume that Regdrin is going to be doing all of them.
I hope so, anyway.
No, you will be doing all of them.
Most of the secret levels specialize in things that will be helpful in the next chapter.
That's right, because there are town segments in this game, and that's where you sort out most of the items you get. However, what he just picked up was an album, which is basically an extras item.
Yeah, those are also often dealt with in secret levels.
That golden decoration, however, will not transfer.
Yeah, it's for points only. And now we've seen the entire secret level.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it's only 2 screens.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, there's not much to comment on as far as combat goes, because we don't exactly have a huge variety of real weapons on hand.
Yeah, that's one of the problems in dealing with the tutorial level. And here, I actually learned something I didn't know before. I didn't know that that particular max attack had the revenge property.
I really need to pay more attention to what enemies do in this game.
You probably do the same thing I do, which is kill them before they can do anything.
Or at the very least, try. The thing is, because of the way that skill ups work, chapters tend to get easier as you go through within a chapter.
I find it gets easier overall for the most part, but then I obsess over finding everything.
Absolutely everything. Now, this video is not going to be nearly as long as the previous one, because that's the one where they jabber at you about most of the game's basic functions, because, you know, they don't trust you to perform basic life skills in Riviera.
I actually think the tutorial part is okay. It didn't bother me much the first time I was playing the game.
Still, though, you'd think that if they were not that confident in Nine, they could have assigned him some better hand holders.
They probably just sent whoever they had on hand. There wasn't much heaven left after Ragnarok.
And they just sort of pulled these guys out of their U-Store-It.
I could have just overskilled right there. No, wait, no.
Yeah, the back guy is actually resistant to fire, I think. Not as much as the dragon, because there are degrees of resistance in this game.
As far as I can tell, though, invalid is as far as it goes. There isn't any element absorbing in this game.
Actually, there are a couple of bosses who do it. Speaking from hard experience here. Well, you know I would do things wrong.
I prefer to think of it as you experimenting to see what happens.
Yeah, you could put it that way to not hurt my feelings. Yeah, outside of the tutorial chapter, we're going to end up soaked in items. Because there is actually fairly limited inventory space outside of battle.
We just haven't seen it yet. Agility, give me all of it.
Every last drop. Now, I'm fairly sure there's... Yeah, there has to be something else. Yeah, there it is. It's not useful to us now. That will change.
There's no currency in this game.
There is no cash to keep track of.
There's no currency in any of the Sting games, I think.
Let me think on it.
I should say Department Heaven.
No, actually, you're right. I guess we've gone to a no-gold economy.
Yeah, none in Yggdra Union, none in Knights in the Nightmare.
Knights in the Nightmare is a bit of a special case as far as RPGs go.
In many ways, but we're not going to go too far into that.
Chains.
Let us, like, you guys shut up! Shut up!
We've got a mission.
Wait, Rose is doing something helpful.
I still wonder if it's too late to replace Rosa with Luna at some point. Oh, the power wrist, you'd better hold on to that.
Yeah, there's a skill attached to it.
Use items from the first chapters do transfer.
And of the generic items, the power wrist is definitely one of the better ones, I think. Because it lets you get through encounters quicker.
Means more points, which means more exploring, which means more items and or pain.
Well, more items to throw away, probably.
You don't like weapons?
Death to all sinners.
Are you planning to do a pacifist run of Riviera at some point?
If I could do it, I would try. If it was possible, that is. I'm pretty sure that running just moves you back a space.
Well, why don't you try it sometime?
I plan to, in the what if zone.
Otherwise known as the pain dimension.
I consider it the comedy section.
Yeah, makes me almost wish that I'd kept a failure reel for my Valis 2 Let's Plays.
Why didn't you, anyway?
To be honest, it'd be a bit of a pain to edit. And besides, I wasn't really doing live commentary, so it would kind of lose that special something that a true failure reel requires.
I think that we can still pull off a good what-if zone, though.
Well, yes. Especially later, when we get to make more decisions.
And thus, more hilarious mistakes. I'll try and make them hilarious, anyway. Nagafang, that is an awesome item.
Use it.
It is amazing. Next chapter.
Next chapter. It doesn't confer any skills, but...
Well, Ein can learn one.
Oh, right. A bell. Wait, this is a minigame, isn't it?
Yeah. It's surprisingly difficult for this early in the game. It only gives points, though.
I can't believe it's not gameplay.
You can keep staring up, hoping for something else to drop, but you don't get anything.
There is no time limit, but...
You lose points for taking too long.
Right, and the time limit, and your time score at the end of a chapter, well, your total score, affects how much, exploration, bennies you get, for the beginning of the next chapter. You just have to show that thing off, didn't you?
No, I just equipped it just because. the Einherjar is surprisingly better for this fight because...
Holy...
And they're in a row.
Well, actually, even though I only ever heard 2 pieces, it was the soundtrack that also partially grabbed me into this game.
I forget whether Ein's attacks actually made a difference in this one.
Probably. They certainly helped fill up the rage bar.
You know, now I kind of miss everyone making fun of Ein every battle, because that at least gave us more to talk about.
Well, the chapter is going to be over fairly soon. The last half is actually a fair bit shorter than the front end. And besides, I think we'll make up for it once the chapter boss shows up. Even though you can't lose to that either. Wait, you didn't execution this battle?
Did you look at the overdrive meter?
Oh, thanks for using my real name.
Judgment.
I hope you edit that out.
Great. Game over, right.
Well, there is a little bit of fourth wall breaking in this, and I think other Sting games.
What, like there wasn't enough fourth wall breaking in the tutorial?
Well... Fire Orb. This is vital if you actually want Ein to pretend he's useful in the boss fight.
Or at least help him survive. It's the only orb that I found to be useful.
What, really?
Yeah, all the others I just got for skills and then threw at the enemy, or... Well, Lena's good for that.
Well, we'll get to Lena once we get to the town stuff. Oh, our first trap.
Hooray!
Each trap requires their own separate action minigame to escape, and the trap type is random.
Burn! I finally got a burn in.
Yes. It's about time.
Rose is just itching to get burned up.
They really want you to use up all of your Dragon Slayer, don't they?
Well, it's not like it's useful past this chapter and the next one.
Actually, I think there was one in Chapter 5.
Yeah, but I think you get another dragon killer at that point.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 tiers of that sword. Ein is the only one who can actually use them anyway.
Yeah. Letta doesn't even know how to drink potions. Forget giving him other kinds of weapons.
You know, I had actually forgotten about that, because I wouldn't need to try.
I've been a bit rough on Ein, but he gets significantly more useful pretty quickly as the chapter goes on. Like, he gets the Dragon Killer, he could use the Naga Fang reasonably well if you want to waste uses on that, because he gets a level 2 with it.
Why do I forget these things? Oh right, because I don't like strategy. That would actually be fairly annoying if one of your guys didn't have infinite health regen. Self-healing bosses are more of a pain in this game where you can't really easily bring your own healing into play.
Here I was being overly cautious. I could have just used Lost Seraph, but I didn't know if the damage would add up properly.
Live dangerously. But I guess that's something for the what-if zone, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, what I wanted to do here was avoid having her Dark Grip, so I wanted to delay the next turn.
How well did that work out anyway?
Well, take a look.
Man, I should use items more.
That's what I'm here for.
Thy sins shall be purged.
Silly me wanting to kill enemies.
Well, this helps to kill enemies. Explode!
Explosions!
To my knowledge, that last hit doesn't hit the entire enemy party, which I think it really should.
Well, I think you've only ever used it on one enemy so far.
Yeah, but I looked at the tags of that attack and it doesn't say anything about hitting the enemy party.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of something else. Whenever you select an item or a weapon, it actually has a set of informational tags that will tell you what its properties are. Like low accuracy, or row, or random, or back. Which I think we haven't really talked about. You don't actually choose your targets when you attack it, except by the properties of the weapon you use.
Same goes for healing.
What junk are you getting now? Oh, never mind. Never mind. The Rosier is actually an endgame weapon. However, this one only has one use.
Oh yeah.
Which means we can abuse it horribly.
I'll show you exactly how it's abused later on. That fairy was completely invisible until you switched to look mode.
Well, that's why you hit the look button on every single screen ever known to the history of man.
In this game, I hope.
No, every screen. Yeah, all fairies have repeat names like that.
Permanent stat boost. Gimme!
Oh, yes. We have now put a fairy in our pocket somewhere.
Ho! If you think that's silly, wait till one of the later chapters.
Right.
Next video, the boss.
Wait, you're doing that next video?